Boys, in this new age of UFC, it seems like there's not going to be that many very dominant champions. I think we're going to have a very small select few of dominant champions in the UFC. I feel like a bunch of these current champions that we do have at the moment are going to lose their belt relatively soon. So I'm going to go through every single champion. I'm going to tell you when I think they're going to lose their belt, how many more defenses they have left, if they have any. We're going to go through every single weight class in the UFC, but let's start from heaviest to lightest. Start in the heavyweight division. We have Jon Jones. Now, regardless if Jon Jones decides to fight Tom Aspinall after he fights Stipe Miocic, I think that Stipe fight is going to be his last title defense. He's either A, going to retire after Stipe, or B, he's going to fight Tom Aspinall. And I feel like Tom Aspinall is the one to finally beat Jon Jones. So I think Jon Jones, heavyweight title, this is the last defense he'll have. And I'm not going to lie, with all of this like hate and backlash that Jon Jones is getting, I could see that Jon Jones' ego, gets a little bit best of him. And he's like, you know what? You guys are saying Tom Aspinall is this boogeyman. Let me show you who's the real GOAT. Let me fight Tom Aspinall right after Stipe. Prove that I'm 100% the GOAT of the UFC. And I think that will cost him in the long term. I don't see Jon Jones getting past Tom Aspinall. But to be honest, we said a lot of this stuff about Ciryl Gane, and we saw how Jon Jones did to Ciryl Gane. But I think Tom Aspinall is just built different. But let's keep moving on to the light heavyweight division. Alex Pereira. And I could see Alex Pereira having a very good end to his career. He might retire as the heavyweight champion. I'm not too sure though. I think he beats Magomed Ankalaev. If he runs it back with Yuri, Jamal Hill, or Yan, I think he beats all three of them. However, Yuri would be a very hard test for him. I think Yan could be a hard test for him. And other than that, I could see him gain a few good title defenses, maybe around 1 or 2 more title defense at light heavyweight, and then challenge for the heavyweight title. After that, win or lose, we might see him retire after that. But I'm going to say Alex Pereira is going to get 3 more title defenses before he either loses the belt or retires. But to be honest, regardless of what he does, I think he's going to have a better legacy than what Izzy had, which is honestly just hilarious to think about. The fact that Izzy was talking so much trash to Alex Pereira made him come out of retirement and being a drunk man 24/7. And not only did he beat Israel in middleweight, he did everything Israel couldn't do, beat Jan Blachowicz, became the light heavyweight champion, and now trying to go for 3 different belts in 3 different divisions. Alex Pereira, one of the best champions we have currently. I honestly don't see him losing the belt. I see him retiring on top, because we have to also remember he's not the youngest guy in the world. Yes, he is fighting at light heavyweight, so it doesn't really matter. So the age isn't as significant if he was fighting in bantamweight or flyweight. But yeah, let's move over. Middleweight division, Dricus du Plessis. I think it's not fully confirmed yet. I think his next fight is going to be Izzy though. And as much as it pains me to say this, I think Izzy's going to beat Dricus, which is just, I'm not a big Izzy fan, and you guys can't tell me that, it would just make sense that Izzy would beat this man. As much as I hate it, Izzy does give off so much main character syndrome. So him coming back to get that middleweight championship, I could just see him winning it, knocking out Dricus in the first round, something stupid like that. But yeah, Dricus, I don't see him gain any more title defenses, unfortunately. You're going to give him a solid 0. Let's move over to welterweight division, Leon Edwards. Now, this all depends on who his next few opponents are going to be. Right now, he's fighting Belal Muhammad. I think Leon Edwards is actually going to KO Belal Muhammad in a relatively easy fight. Then after that, he has a tough test ahead of him. He's either going to get Shavkov, JDM, there's Ian Gary down there. MVP is just a few wins away from a title shot, so honestly, it all depends on who he gets, but I'm going to say Leon Edwards gets 1 for sure in Belal Muhammad, maybe 2 maximum. Other than that, I think he's going to lose the belt to someone like a Shavkat. Maybe he can beat someone like a JDM and an Ian Gary. MVP would be a very fun matchup, but I think Leon would also beat him, but I don't see him getting those 3 matchups before he gets someone like Rakhmonov. For some reason, I could see somehow Ian Gary gain a title shot before Rakhmonov. I could see Rakhmonov fighting JDM, winner of that gets a title shot. Ian Gary fights before that and gets a title shot before them. I'm saying 1 to 2 maximum, but pretty much as soon as he gets Rakhmonov, that's when I think he's gonna lose. But don't get me wrong, that's a tough fight for Rakhmonov. If Shavkat doesn't train heavily on his head movement, might be a short night for him, but regardless, 1 to 2 title defenses left for Leon Edwards. Let's move over to Islam Makhachev. Same thing. I see Islam retiring on top as well. Next fight gonna be Dustin Poirier. As much as I want Dustin Poirier to bring out that Hail Mary guillotine choke, I just don't see it happening. Islam is just way too good right now. Pound for pound best fighter in the UFC. After that, Arman, I think he's going to beat Arman again. And then after that, I see him challenging for the welterweight champion. And I don't see him actually becoming a 2-division champion. I think he'll lose going up to welterweight. And then after that, maybe he'll get one more title defense or he'll just retire after losing, trying to get to double champ status. But it's so hard to pick anyone to beat Islam right now. He's just way too good. But going into welterweight, if he does fight someone like a Leon Edwards, I would pick Leon Edwards to beat him. If Shafkat is champion there, I bet Shafkat to beat him. There's not that many people in welterweight that I would say Islam has a very high chance of winning, to be honest. Maybe someone like an Ian Gary, but even that, I don't know. But lightweight, I definitely can see Islam becoming the lightweight GOAT, finishing on top, not losing at lightweight, but also not being able to get that double champ status. I'm going to give Islam maybe 3 to 4 more title defenses by the time he ends up calling it quits. Let's keep moving down to featherweight division. This is an interesting one though, I'm not gonna lie. Ilia Topuria, his next fight is gonna be Alexander Volkanovski. Then after that, most likely is gonna be Max Holloway. If he gets past Max Holloway, maybe they'll give him someone like a Brian Ortega or Aljamain Sterling. I feel like those two should be the next people to fight each other, and winner would get a title shot. Maybe it's just because I'm very, very delusional, but Volkanovski was doing very good in that first round. Rewatch that first round. Volkanovski was doing super good. Now, we have to remember, he came off a head kick knockout going into the Ilia Topuria fight. Volkanovski's doing it smart right now, taking time off, recovering. But at the end of the day, he still is at that 35, 36-year-old. He has that curse on him right now. But if there's anyone to win a championship coming off back-to-back knockout losses, it's Alexander the Great Volkanovski. This is just hopium at this point. Give me Alexander Volkanovski to win the belt back against Ilia Topuria. I'm giving Ilia 0 title defenses. Volkanovski's coming back and winning the belt. Now, is this a very, very hot take? Yeah, either I'm going to look really stupid or I'm going to look hella big brain by the time they rematch. So hopefully it's the latter. Hopefully Alexander Volkanovski can pull it off. I believe in him. I'm going to bet my life savings on it. And if he doesn't win, then it is what it is. We're going to the streets and we're being homeless. But moving on, Bantamweight division, Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley is giving me very much Conor McGregor vibes, just way, way smarter. I see Sean O'Malley not losing the belt. I see Sean O'Malley ending his career on top. Maybe as a double champion, depending on the circumstances of each fight. Sean O'Malley versus Merab probably going to happen during September in the Sphere card. I see Sean O'Malley KOing Merab. After that, Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I don't know if Umar can handle someone like Corey Sandhagen, to be honest. Give me Corey Sandhagen to win that one. So I'm going to say next title defense, Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. I see Sean O'Malley winning that one as well. Although that will be a very, very hard test for Sean O'Malley. Probably one of the harder fights he'll have, because not only does Corey Sandhagen have really good striking, he has been grinding the takedown defenses in preparation for Umar. But if he can get past that, he's, I think, one more away from either tying or being Bantamweight GOAT. But during all that time, hopefully someone like either a Davison Figueiredo or an Jose Aldo, preferably both of them, can make their way up to maybe around the top 5 or at least into the title contention. You know, the UFC want to get Jose Aldo another run to the belt. What I really want them to do is to give Jose Aldo Dominic Cruz. Super easy win for Jose Aldo in my opinion. Then after that, give him Henry Cejudo and then a title shot. Maybe that's too much. Maybe just skip over to Henry Cejudo. Regardless, I want to see both of those matchups. If we can't do both, just give him one of those and then a title shot. And to be honest, I could see Sean O'Malley also chinning Jose Aldo, unfortunately. And then after all of that, I could see Sean O'Malley moving up to featherweight. Who knows who the champion will be at that point. Let's say by the time all of those fights happen, more likely than not, Alexander Volkanovski would have retired. Champion at that point, it's really a coin flip, to be honest. But you have to give it to Sean O'Malley. Not just Sean O'Malley, but his coach, They always come up with amazing game plans. Every game plan they have going into every fight is extremely detailed. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sean O'Malley beat whoever there is at featherweight, being the bantamweight GOAT, winning double champion status, after that going into boxing and getting like a Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, someone like that boxing fight, and ending his career like that. Not coming back to the sport like Conor McGregor did, because like I said, Sean O'Malley is looking like a smarter version of Conor McGregor, knowing that if he does go into boxing and come back, his skills in mixed martial arts are definitely going to go downhill and just tank his legacy. So I could see Sean O'Malley honestly retiring as one of the GOATs in the bantamweight division. This is probably another hot take, but I could definitely see that happening. Well, over to the flyweight division. Alexandre Pantoja, I don't know if he's going to get another title defense, to be honest. Makhachev versus Makhachev is happening very soon. That is most likely going to be a title eliminator. I think the next title defense for Pantoja is actually going to be Amir Albazi, and actually I think he does beat Amir. But after that, I don't think he's beating the winner of either Muhammad or Makhachev. To be honest, I think Makachev's going to beat Muhammad and then get his title shot and be champion. So Alexandre Pantoja, I can only see having one more title defense left. And that being said, that's all the men division. Let's quickly run into the women's division, starting off with the strawweight division. Zhang Weili, unfortunately, I don't think she's getting another title defense. I've been saying this ever since UFC 300. More likely than not, her next title defense is going to be against Tatiana Suarez. I think Tatiana Suarez is going to beat her and have her own title reign. And that Yan Zhao fight was really like a bad showing for Zhang Weili, to be honest. Although she did beat her 3 different times, TKO, submission, and a decision win. Regardless, she didn't look as good as we all thought she would be. Tatiana Suarez, I would pick to actually dethrone Zhang Weili. And unfortunately, strawweight division, I don't think she's getting another title defense. Maybe she could win the belt back, but as being a current champion right now, I think that Yan Xiaonan fight was her last title defense. Let's keep moving over. Flyweight division. Alexa Grasso having the trilogy fight with Valentina Shevchenko. I think she's beating Valentina for the 3rd time. I picked her to beat her the 2nd time, went to a draw. I think she's going to beat her a 3rd time. Valentina is going to retire after that. But then after that, there is a lot of killers in that division. Marone Farad, Erin Blanchfield, who kind of got fraud checked in her fight against Farad. Macy Barber, Jessica Andrade, Thug Rose. Then we have some up-and-comers like Amanda Ribas, Tracy Cortez. But to be honest, I think she's going to be champion for a good chunk of time. I think she's going to beat Marone Farad. She'll probably beat, I think right now Rose Namajunas is fighting Macy Barber. I think that's been confirmed. If it's Macy Barber, I think Alexa Grasso will win. If it's Rose Namajunas, then it'll be a harder fight, and Thug Rose might actually win that championship. But give me like 3 more title defenses for Alexa Grasso. I'm going to say Valentina Shevchenko number 1, Manon Farad number 2, and Macy Barber number 3. And then after that, there's really not that many people left. Maybe give me like 4 or 5. For some reason, I could see Alexa Grasso being a very dominant champion. Give me 4 to 5 title defense for Alexa Grasso, actually. Move down, the final one, Raquel Pennington, women's bantamweight division. Raquel Pennington is gaining 0 title defenses. She's either fighting Julia Pena next or Kayla Harrison next. Either way, she's not winning either of those fights. If she's fighting Julia Pena, she's going to lose a decision win. She fights Kayla Harrison, she's going to lose a ground and pound TKO loss. Regardless, unfortunately, I don't see Raquel Pennington defending this belt at all. Women's bantamweight is such a hollow division as it is. And once Kayla Harrison gets that title, I don't think she's going to lose it unless it's someone against maybe Amanda Nunes coming out of retirement. But other than that, Kayla Harrison, I think, is going to be the next dominant champion. You guys have to let me know in the comments below, did I get any of these right or wrong? Do you think anyone's going to hold the belt longer than what I think they're going to do? And what do you guys think about my prediction, especially in the bantamweight and featherweight division? Those ones are by far the most controversial, I would say. You can't tell me you can't see some way, somehow, in some universe that shit doesn't happen. Because I think there's a very high possibility that both of those predictions come true. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss any of my newest videos. We're on the way to get 500 subscribers. We've been getting more and more subscribers as each day's gone on. So thank every single one of you guys who have subscribed. It means so much. And with that being said, there's really not that much else left to say except for I will see you guys in my next video.